Hi everybody, you're looking at a power file from this year's 2009 Tour de France. This is Danny Pate's power tap data from stage 17. This was the Queen stage, the most difficult stage with over 12,000 feet of climbing. Truly an epic day. Saw a lot of drama and fireworks. You can see the elevation profile of the stage over top of the power data here. Illustrates that there were 5 major climbs, 4 category 1 climbs, and 1 category 2 climb. To orient you a little further, we have time on the x-axis here, and on the y-axis we have wattage and speed on this side, as well as the altitude data over on the right side here in orange. Now the highlighted climbs here, 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 and here are the 5 major climbs of the day. This yellow right here is Danny's power output up the climbs. And let me just take you through those. On the first climb of the day here, this one right here, this is the category 1 Rosalind. Danny averaged 373 watts for 42 minutes for 18 Ks of a 6% grade, which is good for approximately 5.5 watts per kilogram. Then you can see how he descended down the climb, still in the bunch. Speeds are high, power is low, and then they begin the second climb of the day. Also a 42-minute effort at 364 watts for 15 Ks of about a 6% climb, which is good for about 5.35 watts per kilogram. And then they came off of the climb here, going down the climb. Over here, not much really to speak of, down into the valley here and on. And that's what you see here. Just not very high power output. Speeds are high, rolling in the bunch. Power is low. And then you come to the third climb of the day. And what's notable about this climb is that there's 2 distinct types of power output. You have this portion right here, which is very high relative to the rest of the climb here. And when I usually see power outputs like this, they're characteristic of a rider such as Danny, moving in the bunch, positioning a guy like Bradley Wiggins or Christian Van de Velde up to the front of the field. So he's putting out a big power output to position them at the front of the peloton for the fireworks at the bottom of the climb. So right here, Danny did 439 watts for a little over 4 minutes. That's an effort well north of his power at threshold. That's a VO2 max effort, zone 5, very hard. And that's probably about all he had at that moment. He had done his job. He'd gotten Bradley and Christian in place. And that's purely speculative. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. We'd have to ask Danny, but he's a little bit busy right now. But that's just in my experience. So you have a big effort here, and then he rolls the rest of the climb for 15 minutes at 354 watts. Still pretty hard effort for Danny. They come down off of the climb here. Speeds are high, power is low, and this is, probably by now he's the race has gone up the road. He's gotten the order from his directors to go into energy conservation mode. So he hits the second to last climb of the day, 299 watts for 40 minutes. Not that hard relative to his power at threshold or to the previous climbs that he's done in the day. He's pretty much riding in the bus, just doing the bare minimum. What's interesting is that for that 8.5K climb, 9%, he still rode it at 4.4 watts per kilogram, which back here in the US is a very good number for a category 2, even a category 1 cyclist. So when Danny's going easy in the bus, he's still well above what most amateur racers are riding at. Comes off of the ROM here. Speeds are crazy high. descent very fast, very steep, and then he hits the final climb of the day, the Category 1 La Colombière. You know, again, 292 watts for 32 minutes. Very low power output relative to what he's done earlier in the stage, and he's just riding in the bus. They're just doing the bare minimum to still make the time cut to enter the next stage of the day. Total energy conservation. They're probably chatting and just getting over the climb to finish off the day. So that is a power file from the Tour de France. A couple of more things is the analysis as a whole. This was a very hard day, a lot of fireworks, tons of drama. Danny did 4,832 kilojoules, as you can see here. His power output for the entire stage was 312 watts. That's like riding tempo for 5.5 hours. That is incredibly hard, very difficult to do in training on your own. And this number here, the TSS, that's 345. That is a huge day, very mondo, very tiring. It's more than I ride in a week, most weeks, and it's certainly way more than I've ridden in one ride in more than a couple of years. So this is a very difficult day, as illustrated by the power data, and we are thankful to Danny for sharing it with us. So big props to Danny and also to CycleOps Power for sharing the file, especially Jocelyn Vandevelde and the Garmin Chipotle team. And big thanks to Lim Shady, the one and only Dr. Alan Lim. Thanks for sending over the file. You're setting a great example of coaching excellence back here in the United States. So thanks for watching. My name's Frank Overton, and if you have any questions, give me an email or let us know. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of the tour.